Hello, I'm here with a book that is called Caps for Sale. I remember this book as a little girl, and I think you're going to like it. What it is this man has caps, and he's a peddler, and he goes around trying to sell them so that he can have some money. The story is told and illustrated by Effer Slobodinkin. Okay, here's the inside cover picture. Beautiful illustrations. I see that they only use certain colors. Once there was a peddler who sold caps. But he was not like an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had on his own cap, his checked cap. Can you see it? Then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." At that price, we all could buy one. One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry. But he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he, and he walked out of town slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. Upset his caps? Does that mean tip them over off his head? He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree, and he leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. Do they look straight to you? They were all there, so he went to sleep, and he slept for a long time. It's just a beautiful picture of the sky and one single flower. The sun looks so bright. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. Is that how you feel in the morning when you get a good night's sleep? But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. And he felt, all that he felt was his own cap. Oh no, where have they gone? He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Where could they be? Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? Oh my, look at this page. What are those? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. The peddler looked at the monkeys, and the monkeys looked at the peddler. What do you think's going to happen? He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. What do you think he said? What would you say? You monkeys, you, he said, shaking a finger. You give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, tz, tz. This made the peddler angry. So he shook both hands at them and said, You monkeys, you give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, Zzz, zzz, zzz. This is them being silly back. Cute. Great illustrations. Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot. And he said, You monkeys, you better give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him, and they said, Zzz, 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 zzz. By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, You monkeys, you must give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, Zzz, zzz, zzz. They look really happy, I have to admit. At last he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap and he threw it to the ground and he began to walk away. What do you think the monkeys are going to do now? But then each monkey pulled off his cap. And all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps, and went flying down out of the tree. Is that what he did? He threw his hat down, so look, the monkeys all threw theirs down. There he is. Looks like he's sorting them out. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, and then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. There he goes, just like in the beginning. And slowly, slowly he walked back to town calling, Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap! What a fun story. I wonder if that town even knows there are monkeys out there in the tree. What do you think? Is there any more? There isn't any more. Oh, but what could happen next? That's what those white pages are for. I hope you enjoyed the story, Caps for Sale. Like I said, this is a book I read when I was a little girl, and I know that maybe you enjoyed it. Have a great day.